Au.
Yeah.
Just call him Au rather than what is some random thing you said last time. Should we go over? So who have we got first then? We've got the 55 and we've got the special snowflakes.
Special
Cornflakes, I almost said then.
conflict. Okay.
Special
Let's see
cornflakes.
if I can get everything back into the show overlay.
Oh, is this the
Yes.
fancy new one? The fancy new one for everyone this
Well,
week?
somewhat new one. I actually wanted to do some improvements on it, but quite honestly forgot. So yeah, you're gonna get the same one as last time, but I think it's still an improvement on what we usually did. So, do you want to take us through the builds?
Yeah, sure. Let's start with the red team, who are going to be special snowflakes, going over to Ingenium, who's got actually a legendary hammer there. Don't like him already. He's probably playing hammer longbow, which he is, going with the rune of Holbrak, so he's going to be building might a lot in the fights and whatnot, and especially if he gets hit, that's going to increase his might stacks as well. It's going to be pretty nice. Standard hammer bow build with the soldiers. Amulets are more tanky with the 00626 trait spread. Going over to Quve. He's going to be playing the Elementalist and going for the staff at the moment, but he does have the rune of strength, so he's going to go dagger dagger. And he's got renewing stamina in the Arcana tree, so a lot of sustain on the point, a lot of might coming up over time as well. So in the end, he will be doing a lot of damage, a lot of cleansing as well. So a lot of cleansing from him, and I don't know, I can't see a Bunker Guardian in there, but I'm assuming it's going to happen at some point. Going over to Bullet Punch,
probably.
Yeah, it should be. Hopefully, we'll see. Maybe they got another Ellie. Going over to Bullet Punch, he's going to be playing DPS Guard, full burst with the Berserker's Amulet, going for the Rune of Strength there with the Greatsword, the Scepter, and the Offhand Focus. Also going for the 21614, which is the, what is it you call it? The middle finger build. That's the one.
Finger build.
So he's opting for a lot of burst in this build, guys, going for the free meditations, and obviously in the new patch, I think renewed focus was going to be a meditation as well, as I remember. I can't remember 100%. I'm
really?
pretty sure. Yes. So that's going to be interesting. This build is just going to jump up in terms of damage, really. It's just going to be pretty epic. You're going to see a lot more DPS Guardians. Yeah, that's for sure.
Well, it's not like they're underpowered now, really. They are being used, but maybe not to their greatest effect by most teams.
I think it's a skill cap thing, to be honest. It's like, you need quite a high skill cap to play DPS Guard well without dying. And, Bullet Punch is one of those guys who can do it quite well. Also, I came up against someone called Gemcasters the other day who just absolutely destroyed me. But yeah, the other two members of the red team have actually just buggered off. So we can go over to...
Maybe there's something sneaky in mind.
Maybe. Sneaky. We could go over to 55 HP Monks if you want.
Yeah, sure.
Come back.
There we're going to start off with Misha playing with the Staff and Greatsword. Not just sword, great sword, with Strength Rune, Berserker Amulet, and then the Shatter Mesmer trait spread of 44006. Running with the Mower as well. So, Misha, a big fan of the Mower. We often see, pretty much all of the elite skills in use on Mesmer. Time Warp is nice, as well as the, what's the last one, Mass Invisibility. Pretty much choice of preference, and very good against the tanky teams.
Yeah, Misha always changes her mind. It's like there's those epic time warp players that we used to see them use. We've seen Misha using Mass Invis a lot as well, but I think Moa's been the more preferred choice in recent weeks. Yeah, that's for sure.
Maybe specifically due to the tendency of teams to go a bit more bunkery than usually.
Yeah, exactly. Especially in like a cheese mode setup with the whole two Ellie's.
Didn't want to call them out.
Okay. Yeah, no, exactly.
Going over to Shut on his Thief. He's playing with the short bow, of course, and then a dagger pistol with Scholar Runes, Berserker's Amulet, and the trait spread of 60206, using the Panic Strike, aka 5 1/4 second immobilize when he hits the target under 50%. using it until it gets nerfed in the next patch. Taking advantage of it, nice. And then we have is it somebody who used to play there? No. Lily
I
Lollipop,
don't know.
Actually have no clue who that is.
Neither do I, actually. If I'm honest. Bunker Guard, though. Replacing.
I know Zenananananananana.
Yes.
And Tom Pack from a couple of Team Q matches that I've watched. But Lily Lollipop is new, at least for me. Okay, running with Mace, Focus, Staff, then the Soldier's Runes, Cleric's Amulet, and the trade spread of 01661. Triple shot, Bunker Guardian, as we're used to seeing them. And then we have the Engineer of 55 HP Monks, running with the, Pistol Shield actually, Balthazar Runes, Rabbit Amulet, in the traits 60062. And it's for 2 kids.
Apparently it's Icy, sorry.
Oh, Issei.
I always say, yeah, that's it, Issei. I always say that name wrong. Apparently that is
Issei? No.
Yeah, apparently. Someone's mentioned in the chat.
Let me check my friend list.
Oh no, it's not. Icy says it is Lily Lollipop.
No,
okay, different person.
Issei isn't in there. So
okay.
I've actually started to put all the players into my friend list now, so I can check stuff like that. Should have done that a while ago. Well, okay, and last but not least, the Elementalist for 55 HP Monks, currently having the Staff equipped, probably going to be for buffing, and then with the Strength Rune, Celestial Amulet, and 00266, and has, no enlarged Staff target area, so we're going to see him on Dagger.
Indeed. So this is quite an interesting... We could jump quickly back over to the other side. I don't think we went through a Wu's build for the Necro on the red team, actually.
Okay.
We did miss him, yes, that's it. So he's going for Staff with the Scepter and the offhand Dagger with the Rune of the Traveller, so opting for some speed instead of the Nightmare Rune set, so more condition damage. But I think Traveller is actually a lot nicer sometimes, just because he's going to be stuck in a lot of places, being quite slow around the map. He's going for 06404, so he's opted for the 4 into Death Magic rather than into Spite. And of course going for the Path of Corruption to convert boons into conditions. And then we've got Milo Kreiter, who's going to be playing Bunker Guardian with the 3 shouts. And he's going to be going for the Staff, of course, with the Legendary Mace, and the Exotic Focus with the Rune of the Soldier, the Cleric Rune, and also the trait spread of 01661. Standard bunker support build, very bunkery, very supporty, which is why I said bunker support build.
Nicely summed up there. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, sir. Let's get this match underway.
Stating the obvious, and that's pretty much the job of a shoutcaster.
Yeah, I just try to make that build sound a little bit more interesting, because every time we see it so much, but it's like we don't.
I hope we're gonna someday get to the state where we can just say, "Look, it's a triple shout Bunker Guardian. Be done with it."
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe show the builds, but yeah, I hope.
It will come to that.
By the way, I renamed the team Special Snowflakes, also known as Lunchbox, to UniQ, or Unique.
Yeah, Unique. Okay, but we'll call them Unique.
Yeah, it's easier
fun
to say. UniQ, also fun. But yeah, just so you know, it's the Special Snowflakes because they're unique and stuff.
Special Cornflakes. Okay, I'll try not to sing.
Nice.
Okay, so we're just waiting for the guys to ready up. We do have just one person left, is Milo Kreiter, who joined the game a little bit later, but is here and is just not readying up, apparently.
Good, yeah. We can answer with finally we can play. And then the ready ups take so long. But now we are on our way to the first match. No, wait, wrong overlay. There we go. I have one more than I'm used to now. And in a couple of seconds, we're gonna have a look at the first match of this best of 3 quarterfinals ESL Weekly Cup number 45, Unique versus 55 HP Monks.
Awesome. So are going to see 3 players cross from the blue team, actually pushing the red team cross all the way back. Quiver actually has to retreat back towards the mine, actually, in that cross. Milo Kryter did opt to just survive and go straight to the mid, trying to run through. So a lot of damage coming onto him. Obviously, his speed is reduced as he's running into the point. We do see Lily Lollipop actually getting a couple of caps on there, doing a nice line of warding as well to stop Ingenium coming through the point. But of course, he did get back up. We see Awu currently, he looks like he's going to be ranging just off the node, just on the top of the step there, and we are going to see Zanananan. Oh, that could have been right. Just ranging with his grenades just off node as well.
I'm impressed, I'm impressed. Yeah, Shut didn't really want to join the fight that much and had a bit of an off-point scrimmage with a couple of people. Now opting for the decap on the mine, and he is actually going to get it because he's faster than Bullet Punch. Bullet Punch kind of taking the role. Oh, does want to get him down, is not going for the immediate recap. Now we have him stealth, he is going to try and run away, and yeah, Bullet Punch now seeing that he should maybe get a point back to his team before chasing him.
There's no point in really chasing the thief there. I mean, obviously he chained him down with a sector 3, which was nice, but you know, he did stealth, so he wasn't sure where it was. And now Shed's doing a nice job. He's just jumped on onto Awu up at the mid, just on the step up top, just putting some pressure on so that Awu has to actually go down, and he can't free cast anymore, and he's actually going to be in a lot of trouble. He needs to be careful where he is at the moment.
Now kind of switch positions, of course, for Thief also pretty advantageous to be on the upper part of the keep, to just throw in your cluster bombs and do a bit of damage. Now we have Uwe back up on there, and Shut is applying pressure again, forcing him to go back down to his teammates for possible res, which he'll be needing in this moment. Damage is coming in, Ingenium Odium trying to res, Fear comes on him, Stunbreaker, but he is back up though. Quove now going down. Also
yeah, the res is almost, he's gone into misform. Oh, the Mo's come out as well onto Milo Kryter. Oh, that was a nice, oh, look at that, because that was a good move from 55, putting the actual pressure back onto Milo Kryter so that he had to run away, couldn't come into the points to actually get the res. And that was a very good move from Misha, putting that mower down on Milo there. Really nice. They should be able to clear up this midpoint quite easily now as well, really, because they, you know, there you go. Awu's just gone down just off node on the north point as well, which is not a good place for him to be cornered in that area. Just trying to get the fear off, but there is actually no point. A lot of stability coming out on the team.
And instead of re-engaging into the fight, Quove is deciding to go for a decap on the quarry. We have Zanana going for maybe preventing that, but he is most likely not going to be fast enough. No, decap is coming through, and now he's going for the 1v1 against Quove there. Actually engaging invisible, maybe a bit of a element of surprise to him.
Yeah, that was good. He actually got a stun off there as well. I think Quiver did an ability on the, as he had the shield 5 as well up. So it was actually a really nice move from Zenanan there coming in. And in the end, you would expect really Quiver to kind of win that fight with the amount of conditions coming in, but we do have the support from the other Ellie, and that does mean that Zenanan, damn it, can either leave or can actually just offer up to equal out the fight, as we do see Bullet Punch coming into the node now.
55 has now got the cap on the midpoint and is also chasing the red Necro, as I'm going to call him now, off point, kind of trying to retreat and maybe regroup with the rest of his respawning teammates at the close point, and also kind of going against just the strong possibility of an engage from 55 on that point. Misha porting through maybe? No, isn't fast enough, has the cripple on him and can't go through to maybe try and do a sneaky decap. Quove in the meanwhile, as well as Bullet Punch, both in downstate there, just delaying the cap for a little while.
Yeah. And actually, Bullet Punch, I think, did put down the third ability to heal himself, which was maybe a little bit of a mistake there. So he's going to be out of the fight for even longer. And the blue team, they're winning these matchups at the moment when they equal them up. And now they've been able to actually go for the boss as well. Just having a look back over, yeah, Bullet Punch still in the down state. Not good for them at all at the moment. Looks like the red team Necro is going to be going over towards the mine. And it looks like 55 might possibly get a free cap. Misha actually staying there, being quite daring.
Yeah, a bit daring, but not the stupid kind of daring where he would actually go up against a Necro and a Dagger Elementalist in 1v1. No, retreating now cost them, of course, a little bit of time, and also committing 2 people to getting that point back. And now a bit of an advantage for 55 again on this midpoint. Nice burst on Ingenium Odium. There's Shut getting the stomp, also with the blind on him, and new focus is the red Necro.
Yeah, Ingenium just got absolutely destroyed there by Misha and Zanan and Nan and Shad combination. I need to think up a three-man word for those three guys being together. DPS squad over 55 HP monks will do.
Well, Misha and we always called Misha and Shot the pain train.
Oh, the pain train is fine. Let's go with that. Pain train's good. Oh, look at Awu. He's like in so low HP at the moment. It's like 122 as he's in Death Shroud. Actually, he always utilizes Death Shroud quite well to just give him the maximum amount of utility around the map point and to make sure that he's going to be up for as long as he possibly can. He's just trying to keep that extra pressure on wherever he can. So he actually did a nice job there, even though he did go down. And we are going to see, I don't know, blue team coming in again, and it feels like, you know, I think they're going to win this fight again in this whole team setup that's going on.
We have very few people actually splitting up from the team fight. I think none so far. The far point aggression, which we're now going to see from Genium Odium on the quarry point against 1v1 against Topak, all came from respawns. So they didn't actually split up from the team fight. They always felt needed. They couldn't just maybe send Shut over there and get it that much, except for the opener. Just always with the respawn, then opting to not assist the teammates in the big mid fight, which hasn't so far gotten them any points there, and going for the decap.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure about. You know what? The blue team are just decapping and willy-nilly. You know, they're doing such a good job.
Not Portal Storm.
Suggest something else.
Yes, he is doing it.
Oh, nice. Oh, it's always nice to see that Portal Storm.
It's always a bit of a swag stomp.
It is swag stomp, Misha. Good job. 55 HP monks, you know, look, even with this, now people have been saying that these five have actually practiced more together than the kind of last generation, I guess we'll call it, of 55 HP monks, which is, you know, very essential for teams at the moment with Tournament of Glory coming up and whatnot.
Oh, we're going to call them 55 the new generation now.
The next generation.
Oh yeah,
as in Genie Mode goes down to
Topak.
Oh, sorry.
Okay,
well.
now
but 55 HP monks doing a good job.
Yeah, we have a couple of unique players, actually 3 now, going for an complete off-point fight before the hench. Maybe trying to pick people off before actually engaging on the fight, where people then have to stand on point. Although if you're opting for an off-point fight, you don't really need to commit to people on the point when you're fighting on the point. Saying point a lot to get my point across.
Well, it's a good point that you made just there, mate, to be honest. Tompak's doing a really good job at staying on node at the moment, and he's just warding off people and just making sure they've got that cap. I don't think I've seen him lose a tick when he's on the point on his own at all, so he's really, really aware on that node.
What is Bullet Punch trying there? Being chased by Shut and actually maybe engaging together with Ingenium Odium on the midpoint, and we have maybe a slight problem in rotation if they're actually going to engage it on it from 55, having Shut and Misha as kind of the defensive crew on midpoint might not be the best idea, even in a 2v1 against Bullet. If they aren't really careful, they could both go into downstate here.
Yeah, I mean, Misha did a really good job of surviving there, and they've switched the burst back onto Bullet, and he is down with the Pain Train combination of Misha and Shad, and also Ingenium Mode, who can't do anything.
Now with the Shadow Step, 55 just full of the swag storms today.
Yeah. These guys are really playing a nice game at the moment. Like, really confident, really well practiced. Their rotations are on the ball, and there's nothing Red Team can do. We're only 7 points away. There is no way that Red Team can come back, and we will be seeing 55 HP monks win this. Probably all they need is a kill.
Oh, now we have decaps on both points.
Yeah, we do.
We have Shut and Misha down against Ingenium Odium afterwards, so he was able to pick those two off.
Ingenium, the legend that exists.
Land one good CC combination, and you're gonna have 2 squishies down pretty fast. And now Townpack going down. Really, 5 points, just 1 stomp will bring 55. Is this gonna be the
epic comeback?
The comeback of the century?
Of
not
the
likely.
Century.
Yes, of the century.
Everyone would do.
If they do
talking
it,
about this
century.
Well, I mean, the thing is, at the moment, you know, Lily is on her own over on the other side. Zanananan is really stuck at the moment because, you know, he's there, but all the pressure is coming onto him. Like, Wu is going onto him straight away. He's down to about 50% 55 HP monks. He's down to 55.
And now getting fed up by the tries to actually get a cap on any of the points. They are gonna opt for the more risky, but maybe the final solution of going for Svanir. We have the pain train on there, but also people in range to steal. Now Shut going for the sneaky decap behind Quo falling back. Now we have Ingenium Odium in Moa to negate this steal possibility, and Shut getting it there for nice Moa to make sure they're gonna get this creature and therefore get the win. But actually pretty impressive stuff here with getting the double decap and then double cap and one decap and holding that for that long. Only one stomp
I know
needed to go wrong there, and in the end it was the creature. Svanir coming to the rescue. 455 picking up the first of this best of 3.
Yeah, nice. Actually, really nice game towards the end there. Really nice catching up. And I think Red Team did improve there. You know, they kind of held them, like you said, that start of where 55 HP monks were over at Henge and they were kind of zerging a bit. So, you know, Red Team had a bit of a foothold there where they could just hold them and control the rest of the map, and they could just move out again and try and get some more kills. But because they pigeonholed themselves in that side of the map, obviously the boss kill was on the other side, and with that 5 points, they just thought, sod it. And Odium's not got the amount of burst, and probably, you know, they could have locked him down enough.
Especially in the Moa.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, maybe it's
you
just
want to
worth
steal?
using that second.
Nope, have a Moa in your face. Why not?
Yeah, just unlucky, really unlucky. But you know,
making sure. I mean, that might seem in a couple of situations as a waste of a pretty big cooldown for a team fight, but there wasn't really a team fight to come here in this game. It was win securing there. So good on them throwing out the Moa. And I like to see the Moa. I like the Moa especially because it can be very strong against all this bunkery stuff, which I know is strong, but the Zerg he plays are just more exciting to watch. And I'm always watching games from the shoutcaster perspective. I want people just exploding, being removed from the map by the burst.
Well, awesome. I mean, the pain trainers we've just been calling them, and they did that a couple of times on Bullet when they came back into mid that time we saw, and Ingenium Modium on a couple of occasions as well. They're actually the focus between those guys, you know. I mean, well, like brother and sister, aren't they? I'm pretty sure. But you know, they've got that kind of connection. They don't even need to talk; they're just on it.
Who? Misha and Shut, a brother. And
I think so.
Sister? Is
I'm not
Misha
100%
female?
sure.
I'm actually not sure of that.
Okay, well, I won't
I
say
don't
that.
think so.
I'll tell you in the break.
At least I didn't
matter.
think so.
Yeah, new things. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. But anyway, let's get into the second game. Get these guys to ready up. How can Red Team come back, dude? How can they come back?
Well, not with the same thing they did in the last map, for sure. So maybe having a look for something else than just going for the equal team fights. Because for now, they have been coming up pretty badly in those. 55 has really gotten into the team fights. They didn't let go and didn't really play off point as much as you might expect with a Thief and a Mesmer combo. But well, they were secure in their 2-point caps. So splitting them off, maybe forcing 55 into a bad rotation is the only option that Special, Snowflakes or UniQ has got left over. Otherwise, well, we are on foe fire, so one thing is we always see a lot more coming from a small skill difference, so map control is a really big thing here. So we might see a huge difference in points if it comes to that. But we also always have the Lord. And the Lord is a possibility, just somehow getting to 350. We almost had them at 330, I think, in the last game, if I remember correctly. All my short-term memory is completely useless, which is the case most of the time.
Sorry, my sound just went randomly off there, and all I could pay attention to was cake in the chat. Cake. It was just weird.
Cake. Yeah.
It was an important thing.
Why not?
Mobility is the key in this map for me. Unless you can bunker down the side nodes, maybe, or bunker, you know, close mid, because you know it snowballs. But I've seen a lot more closer matches in these in recent weeks between like kind of bunkery teams where they've just kind of held the side nodes, and then they'll flip those side nodes every so often, but there'll always be like a key person stuck at mid that can't get to a side node, and just be like, oh god, let's move that guy quickly, but the rotation just doesn't come out because they get locked down in position, and if they disengage, then they lose that current matchup that they're kind of fighting. So this really goes, I think Red team are going to have a lack of mobility in this map, but you know they've got Quive who can get to places faster. At least Awu's got the Traveler Rune as well, so actually move around.
It might be a bit of an oxymoron, but same as mobility is key, if you can get to the 2-point hold, a lack of mobility is not going to be nearly as bad as it is on other maps, because if you have like Quarry and midpoint, you can keep it without really having to go a long distance. You
if just they can hold it, yeah.
So if Lunch or if UniQ picks up the first mid cap and wins the team fight, which, to be fair, going from the last couple of team fights isn't too likely, then they are well within a chance of winning.
Okay, I think you're right. I mean,
it's all going to be decided on the opener.
Yeah, I do think when Bullet, you know, if Bullet gets involved in these big team fights and gets into all that kind of AoE on the point, you know, he gets into a lot of problems because there's so much cleave coming down, it can take him down easily, and the conditions build up, and then someone just jumps on him, bursts him down, and he's out, he's dead. So he's just got he's always very careful with his positioning, to be honest. So, you know, it doesn't happen that often, but he's a little bit more susceptible than most, I'd say, and also like Awu as well. But Awu is very, very good at the positioning. It's a bit more. It's very good, this map, for the positioning for Necro. So Necro positioning is awesome, and if you can use that flesh worm as well.
Be on the left or the right of the midpoint. It's
yeah. There's,
well, I mean, okay, yeah. You have the other points as well. You always have a nice location from where to spam your stuff, and especially with the if you compare to the keep, to get back on top of the upper part of the keep, you need some kind of teleport, or you need to walk all the way around. Here, pretty much every location is easy to get back to if you get feared off, or if you need to leave the point just due to damage pressure. So it's a bit better for the Necros. But how it will actually play out is gonna be decided in the next couple of minutes. In a couple of seconds, we're going to start with the second match in this best of 3. 55 HP Monks on the blue side against Special Snowflakes on the red side. Let's see the splits.
Looks like we're just going to see Quive moving so low towards the quarry. He's going to be on the... I'm wondering if we were going to see the Shad-Misha split that we used to see, but Shad's actually going to move down with Zanananan over towards the quarry. So he's going to be potentially in trouble. It does look like Awu's just going to perch on the side, just in case that does happen, but he's actually just a tiny bit engaged onto the mid. He is still looking. He has actually dropped down. So Quive's going to be in a lot of trouble over on the quarry point, but the same thing has happened over on the waterfall. But it does mean Bullet Punch has disengaged, and actually Lily has actually rotated into node as well.
I have to say, I'm really surprised that Misha didn't immediately disengage against the two people on waterfall. Just stood here, waited patiently for the assistance from Lily Lollipop coming. Now in some trouble with the damage pressure, but manages to kind of outrun Bullet Punch. They're getting caught now, damage coming up, trying to use the terrain. Stealth, and now trying to regroup. We have two more people now. No, we don't. I got confused by the illusions.
No, yeah, it's still that 2v2 over there. I mean, Misha did a fantastic job for surviving as long as she did, you know. I mean, that was just pretty epic. I mean, there's not much she could have really done there, but other than trying to get off point a little bit quicker as Lily came in. But I think a lot of the damage was done before the Guardian did get into the node. Now, Lily is not going to be able to survive this for too long. She is 1 versus 2 at the moment. Someone needs to get over there to help. And with the current fight going on at mid, it is now 2v1 actually. Shad and Tompak versus Minocry coming in onto the point now on the ground level. Looks like Shad's just applying some pressure so that Awu isn't able to get that that position as quickly as we would like. Also, Quive rotating in, and Shad a lot of the red team members just surrounding Shad and just putting some AoE cleave down, which actually takes him down as well. And then we see Bullet Punch coming out with that Scepter 2.
Just really going aggressive, and that's gonna bite them in the ass on the quarry point, because Misha is going for the decap. Quoth pulling back to negate the cap actually, and it's gonna be a 1v1. Misha isn't pulling out, wants to see that one to the end. Now Lily Lollipop, the only one remaining on the midpoint, but we only have the Necro Guardian combo, so not too much to be scared of there in terms of damage. Whatever. Now in
That's
combination with Shad, going for Ingenium Odium, who is down. Bullet Punch might be a bit too squishy to apply the rest to Ingenium there. Now Shad doing nice damage there, and of course spinning with his stolen ability from Ingenium Odium, chasing him down, so he can't quite... No, he's going to be able to get on the midpoint to his Necro friend, but immobilized in the last second, dying. Is he going to get the Storm Blind a little bit too far to the left there?
Man, there was some awesomeness happening over on Quarry.
Oh, Misha why did you interrupt me?
Sorry, I'm so sorry. There was really, I mean, keep going on the mid fight. I'll tell you about this, what happened over in Quarry in a minute.
Okay, that's kind of reporting. Bullet Punch now dying off point, tried to save himself by using the terrain. Quoth now not going for the rest, just going for the interrupt on Shad, and maybe also some damage there. From the side we see the grenades coming in, too much to handle for the res abilities from Quoth. And now we've got 3 people again from UniQ in the midpoint. Points only coming in from the waterfall, which is currently undefended by 55. So equalizing the score exactly now and taking the lead.
Yeah, Misha pulled off some nice moves over on the Quarry, mate. I mean, so Misha was over here versus Quve, killed Quve with a big shatter, actually. And then Milo Kryter came in to try and get the res. They went into mist form just on point. Misha then got the knockback and then was 1v1, and then Ingenium Modium actually came in to rotate with Milo as well, Kryter going back to mid, and now Ingenium Modium is now on the back end of this, and this needed to actually kite off point and get into the longbow, which Misha's doing a fantastic job over here, dude. A really, really nice play, just using the whole point line of sight.
Now Quoth actually needs to be pulled off from the midpoint, so we might see something in terms of a cap, but no Shot completely dying off point. Was up against 2 people earlier. Bullet now jumped into the mid fight as well to keep them alive there. Milo now off point to regain some of the cooldowns. In a pretty bad shape at the moment, actually.
Yeah, I mean, we've just seen, yeah, Shad going down again over on the south side of that point. Just to the Necro, having a little bit of trouble there in that kind of 1v1 at different points in time. But Misha's back at mid now as well. We are going to see... Where's Quve? Quve, where are you? Quve's back at the mid as well. So a lot of pressure coming on to Zananan again. Also trying to get out of there as soon as he possibly can. He really is... He's getting into some spots, but he's able to escape extremely well using that Elixir S with the combination of actually activating on his utility.
It's kind of a get out of jail free card.
It's the combination of the stealth though as well, so he can completely reposition himself, which is really, really nice for this map especially.
We have now the red Necro dying on actually pretty good position for himself, but Misha went in there, put him down, and we have the problems that, oh nice, the Christmas, the Winter's Day finisher. And we had the problem for a long time that Ingenium Odium stayed as a static backpoint defender, and therefore UniQ missing somebody in the big mid fight. And now people just... we have a lot of off-point fights. They don't really want to commit all to the midpoint, don't want to be all... Oh, we have the Moa on Milo Kryter and going down immediately. 2 people rezzing, knockback coming in, Stomp is through. Quoth pulling back and actually eating a ton of damage with the rest try.
That is just beastly again with the Moa. Just, you know, they're optimizing it to the maximum, you know. They're using it so well. And as soon as Milo Kryter's gone down, it's been this whole domino effect of people going down on that point. And they can't go for the res on Quve because so much cleave is coming down. You can see Zananan's grenades just coming down onto the point and then pulling off Ingenium Modium with that Toolkit 5 as well. The combination is great.
Milo Kryter only coming in now, so they had a couple of problems actually getting the reses there. Quoth down now. now Red Necro down, damage coming in, Stomp is through. And actually, one of the problems I wanted to mention earlier, that we don't have somebody like Zanananana standing on the side and just throwing his grenades in and doing damage, didn't really matter that much, because we had Ingenium Odium going in there and actually abandoning his position of defending the back point, of having an eye on there. And they still got really stomped after the kill on Milo Kreiter. You see when they are actually taking out the res and the stomp potential from the Bunker Guardian pretty early with this aggressive mower, they can completely turn the team fight.
Yeah, it really is just a game changer, and they're using it on the right target every time. I think Milo Kreiter is actually going to go down again at mid, and it looks like 55 HP monks are moving slower, quicker. I'm not too sure, because I just saw Ingenium coming in there, so I changed to quicker. But I'm not sure whether or not they're going to get this node anytime soon. It feels like this point is going to be contested the whole game at the moment, and the side nodes are really going to be where the fighting's at. And also Tompak have had to come back to try and dispense of very, very quickly over on the waterfall, going back to mid, having a look at currently we're still quite even. We do see red team
he's not going to get the stomp off there. The conditions are ticking down, so Zenana are going to be picked up again by Tompak. No problems there in the 2v2, although I gotta say I'm surprised that Zenana actually went down in the 2v1. But securing the point again, we had a lot of points coming in to negate the lead that 55 acquired earlier. Now just about 40 points between them. Misha going down on the quarry. We have Quoth down as well. Shut trying to get the stomp of res is not coming through. Rally for Misha. And now the Shut, the Pain Train combination. Misha going down immediately after he rallied. Lily Lollipop coming in, possibly being able to bunker that for a while, is abandoning Misha on the side, seeing that there isn't really much point to getting him back up. And in the meanwhile, they got the midpoint.
Yeah, exactly. That's it, because they can keep it contested. They can extend this lead, and in this map, it's the only comeback. The only comeback mechanic is that Lord kill. So, having that 2-cap can slowly snowball the map into their favour. And 55 HP monks have been winning a majority of the fights. They've also been getting more successful decaps over on the quarry. And they are playing a nice game at the moment. But also
we might see UniQ turning it around, because they took out Lily Lollipop off point. And now, of course, the disadvantage for 55 not having the Bunker Guardian to pick people up like Shut, although picking up a Thief might be a stupid idea as a Guardian as well, but committing too much to the midpoint decap from Misha coming in on the side.
Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a problem for them. Although Shad can get back to mid quite quickly to eventually get some help. It looks like here, Quve and Bullet Punch now legging it as fast as they can over towards the waterfall. He's going to get on the... He's going to be okay, but he's going to go down potentially. There is no help coming for him anytime soon other than Shad, and he's not going to be the best person to try and hold that point. He might be able to get the res successfully, but Quive is going to apply so much AoE pressure onto the node.
Come back, I think. Otherwise, he might have some problems. The res is actually coming through. We have a stealth. We might get the... No, not even the decap, because Zenana attacked again out of the stealth while he was down. Just Shut stayed in stealth there, so points still in the hands of 55. But the mid decap came through. Lily Lollipop at the moment going off again against the Necro and Guardian combination. We've seen that setup quite often.
Yeah, I mean, Zenana going down off point 2 bullet there. Shad's not going to be able to do anything about this 2v1 soon, and no way that he's going to be able to get the blue engineer up. He's probably better to just disengage, but the thing is, the only cap they have is was currently the waterfall, so they're going to have some real issues here. I think Shad's just going to try and jump in and off the point until we are going to see Tomcap coming back into the node to try and offer ups. That's a really nice move from Shad. He did a good job at just trying to hold the cap for as long as possible, but red team are going to be able to slowly come back. I didn't see how they lost the mid cap actually.
The mid cap actually was because we had Lily Lollipop going down, and afterwards they just got one after another stop. It has been like that for a while, actually.
Okay. Yeah, so, I was so engaged on the waterfall.
and who could blame you?
Enthralled. But 55 need to pick up another cap. 100 points behind. Although we do see some kills coming out across the map. Bullet and Dawu going down.
And maybe a bit much here going on the waterfall. Maybe they should abandon that because we have Ingenium Odium at the last defense on the midpoint against two people. And not only that, he was the actual backpoint defender. So Quarry is open at the moment. The respawning people are going for the waterfall again as it looks at the moment. But he might need some assistance in the midpoint.
Yeah, I think he got Misha. Oh god, Misha's really, really low as well at the moment. Bullet Punch just jumping on him along with Ingenium Odium, able to get that down. And if Lily has to be careful, don't think Misha can successfully port back onto node. And by the time that even happened, just going down there as well. So the 2v1 currently happening over on the mid. If Red can get this cap, they can really snowball it because they are currently only 70 points behind. As I said earlier, you know, I've been seeing a couple more closer games recently on this map, and it's actually happened again at the moment.
Yeah, and it is basically just due to these smaller side fights, which more often than not due to Shad and Misha being as squishy as they are, being able to clear that up quite quickly. But also, given that they are squishy, they also do a whole lot of damage. So if they pull it off, they can turn stuff around fairly quickly. And that's also what makes 55 strong in the team fights.
Thing is, over on this waterfall node at the moment, there's so much sustain going on. Look at Misha getting over to the quarry in no time at all and actually getting that decap and recapping the whole node. So this is actually going to flip things really into their favor. I don't think Ingenium Odium's going to be able to get there very quickly. And Milo coming over as well with Zanananan. They're going to equal this up into a 2v2 situation. Midpoint's not going to be won for a long time yet, as we've got the Guardians currently fighting it out over there. And over on the waterfall, again, you know,
we have shut down and Red Necro going for the gate, maybe?
Oh! It's like the worst place to go down. He's right in front of the gate. Oh, poor Shad there. Unfortunate for him.
But now he can rejoin the action in the Elementalist 1v1 we've seen here for quite a while at the waterfall and maybe bring Tompack? Yeah, Tompack down a little bit quicker than would have been in the 1v1 if at all. Bullet Punch doing quite a lot of damage on Lily Lollipop, considering they're pretty much having a bunker duel here. Even though he is DPS, he is playing very defensively at the moment and not really trying it, just keeping it neutral. That's his point.
Damn! Sorry to make a random noise, but Shad came into the point like a flash and just nailed a wound. Really didn't notice that he was coming back. I know that they did obviously know that they killed him, but Shad can get back there so fast, being the close point, and he really needed to be aware that he was going to come back in, because he was always going to come back into the node, especially if Tom is still on like 50% HP, and they've actually flipped that point back into their favor, and they've got the 2 cap now, and it really feels like 55 HP monks are pushing this to a win at the moment.
Yes, and exactly with that, Tompack surviving against the 2 people for a little bit too long there. Shad enabling Shad to get in there, get off the burst, and that is the nice stuff about having mobile and bursty classes. You can do it quickly and don't have to fight for ages to get a point. Just a bit of a message for everyone out there. Play glassy comps, it's fun. Do it.
We did see Ingenium Odium versus Zanananan over on the quarry. I think Zanananan won that indeed, and we've run out of time.
I actually didn't pay attention to the time.
Neither did I.
For maybe 5 minutes now.
Oh wow, that was a really good game. Actually, there was so many good.
It's been
fights.
A while since the game ended due to time, but this way. We have the second game picked up for 55 and really pretty nice. We had 1 point of possible comebackerage, as I'm
comebackerage.
Yeah,
wow. Okay.
from special Snowflakes there, but in the end they had to overcommit 2 points to actually turn it around. They had Ingenium Odium as the backpoint defender there, needed to go in to the big team fights in order to turn them around in their favor, but therefore leaving the backpoint open. So they were able to win fights, but at a cost of leaving everything else open.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I was just amazed at the different. I think, you know, I think 55 played a blinder. Every single member of that team just played out of their socks. You know, it was just really good play from them, and Snowflakes played really well as well in different situations. You know, like 55 HP Monks, still one of the top teams in Guild Wars 2 sPVP, and I think they've got a little bit of a way to go just in terms of their rotations, and you know, Shad coming back out of the respawn, which really screwed them over on Waterfall. You know, that was kind of the definite nail in the coffin when they won that 2v2, especially with Tomcat doing such an epic job of just sticking to the point and really line of sighting quite well just on that kind of ramp that went to the back of the point.
Long.
Ridiculously long, but he was really using his abilities to the full potential that he could. I mean, he kept Awu out of the fight. He kept him down on the floor on different occasions, surrounding him with AoE that he actually had to just back off so much that he couldn't apply that extra pressure. And Quiver, there's no way he was going to burst him down very quickly at all. And then Shaq could just leg it back to the point, take Awu down, and win that fight again 2v1. But you know, it's just those little things which kind of pushed it ahead with the burst, just with the more bursty comp, and it does make it a little bit more exciting to watch as well, I think.
Oh yes, I'm always trying to get that message. Well, so that was the quarterfinal, and do we have any results of the others to talk about?
Do indeed. It looks like Tyrannosaurus won versus Zombie Mode, and we've seen Pug Impact win against Plastic Fantastic, who I think you